Hey guys, level 2 here. Um, I'm making this video in response to a couple of questions from the live stream yesterday. How you just look for implied volatility. Um, so there's a couple of ways to look at implied volatility. Implied volatility, you could either use stock options, implied volatility, or open market, implied volatility. Usually they are very close, so Um, options, you could go to Thinkorswim and be able to get implied volatility if you're in the US. If you're not in the US, you could use this is TSC Trader. This is a free version, just a demo version for it. You could get a free trial for for just using an email address. It lasts for 15 days. Just follow the instructions, look for Top Step Trader free trial, and scroll down to the bottom of the page and follow the instructions. It's just an email you need to provide to them and launch one of the trial versions. Alright, so if you have your chart up, this is the ESM5. You do that, pull on a chart, put it in, and this is ESM5. Alright, so this is we're looking for implied volatility. So we're looking to go to indicators, volatility, standard deviation, and this is for standard deviation. Most people use 20 days standard deviation. I use 21, and just go to save, and you would see it here. If you're looking for standard deviation, if you're looking for the ATR, which is the average range for the day, you can use a 14-day or a 21-day. Ready? Alright, there's the ATR. So you see the numbers on them up on screen here. So you could tweak the settings on it a little bit to show the numbers on it. So this is standard deviation, true range. So you could use a couple things for that, and that is for 5 minutes. So for you to get daily, you go to day, and you will get your volatility as standard deviation on it. So right now your volatility is at 32. Let's see if I can tweak this for you guys. Settings, bin that. If you want to take it off, bin that. There on your daily chart, we go to indicators, standard deviation 21, show the value, save as default. Right, so your standard deviation is at 33 per day. So if your standard deviation is at 33, this is my, I can check that chart, but just the chart I'm showing you guys some stuff on the videos. So you look at 33, and if you have one deviation, you check the market close, which was 96 or 97, and look, one deviation would be 33 above, one deviation would be 33 below. I have my own stuff that I build for here. So this is where my deviation is at 36.5 right now. So you would see my closing price, my settlement price from the day before, my standard deviation, and my implied deviation. This is how I get my implied deviation levels for the day. So you would see for today, looking at 2880 as a 0.5 deviation. So you see 2880, look at the buy of the 2880, look at the 7 points, and put stops behind here. Alright, I look at trail or yeah, reversion trader. You can do the same thing for oil. I have one built for oil, especially for oil. So this is 5 years data, million cells. So it's a lot of data, and it's a specific calculation that I use to get my implied volatility. You could also get it from stock markets and stuff. Usually use my own calculation, trust my calculations more than what the market shows at some points, because it'll be moving constantly. This is a constantly moving number. It doesn't move that much during the day if you're looking at daily values. So you would see big spikes, you would see deviations from high range to low range. So you look for your standard deviation based on those items. Using standard deviation is more or less, I would run probably a next video for that, explaining how we use deviation, but there's a lot of information on how we use deviation levels, especially in the ES, and look into build zones and value areas. So you would see my stuff I had last week value area. I would put in this yesterday's value area, which is not that important to me today. Um, and I use the weekly value area, weekly low volume node, weekly POC, inflection points, deviations, a couple tools, one-to-one moves, Fibonacci for longer term trades. So right now I've been along for a while, so almost saying traded. So this is how you can trade the market. Have a lot of ways to trade the market. You can look at finer elements into the market, which I also use for like scalping and stuff. So I hope this actually helps with the question. If you have any other questions, you could just bounce me a message on the video, or would be most likely on the live stream today. Okay guys, bye.